show you this program called Playne. So basically, you can use it to meditate, you can use it to keep a thought diary, and you can explore this sort of virtual world. And as you meditate, you grow, well, you get seeds, and you can use them to plant and grow kind of trees and stuff on the island. I've just done a meditation, but before I kind of look around the island, I'm just going to show you the thought diary. So you can basically change what meditation you want to do here on the left. You can select the duration. Now for a thought diary, I usually do one about 6 minutes, because any longer than that, then I'm running out of things to say, and any shorter than that, then I feel like I'm getting cut off before I'm finished. So then you go over here on the right, you go to thought pages, and you select your time, which I've selected 6 minutes, and you hit begin, and then you basically listen to what this dude's saying.
Take whatever is lying on the surface of your mind and write about it. You're just creating a stream of words from your mind to your keyboard. If you don't have anything or you can't think of what to write, just leave your awareness on that silence and something will pop up, and when it does, no matter what it is, just write about it. You're not really writing for a specific purpose or a goal. You're just freely expressing what lies on the surface of your mind. If you run out of things to write, then, like before, just remain aware of that silence. If your mind goes empty and you run out of things to write, just remember that. Just stay in that silence. And when something pops up, then just write about that. Just remember that you're writing without any specific purpose. You're just expressing freely what's there. Remember, what you write here will not be saved anywhere. Once the session is completed, everything you write will be destroyed. So write freely, write openly.
Yes, every meditation you do begins with this kind of breathing exercise, which you just basically breathe out as the grey circles expanding, and breathe in as it's contracting. And usually you'll do 5 of them. Then there'll be a little bit of preamble where the guy will tell you what you're meditating on, and then he'll kind of leave you to it. And with this one, you just kind of type. Now, you can't actually really read what you're typing, so it helps if you can touch type. So I just tend to write kind of things that are on my mind, and just whatever it is. So, like, for example, I've been on furlough, and tomorrow is my first day back. I'm doing some virtual training. I've got to get up early, so I'll maybe write about that. So we'll do that. I think it's quite good that they don't store your thoughts on a database. That means if there's anything, any deep dark secrets, like you killed someone, or where the bodies are buried, or people you're screwed over, then it's not going to be used to blackmail you. It's not held on some database somewhere. I think it might be quite nice if you did have a record of it yourself, but that's possibly just because they're worried about people hacking it and then you becoming vulnerable, if your data basically is stored somewhere. So that's pretty much it. And if you run out of things to type, then basically you can just go back. I keep saying basically. You can go back to concentrate on your breath, or you can just, you know, enjoy having a kind of calm mind, because that basically means if you've run out of things, basically, that means if you've run out of things to say, then your mind's empty, which is the whole purpose of meditation, really. So I'm just going to do a wee bit of typing because I find it difficult to type and talk, particularly when I'm touch typing. Now, every minute that you meditate works towards achievement. So after you've meditated for 2 hours, you unlock an achievement, and after you meditate for 24 hours, you unlock an achievement. It's kind of pretty shallow reason to meditate, but for me, it just keeps me doing it for the times where you're not particularly feeling like it to begin with. Just the idea that, you know, you're gonna be building towards that time is quite good. So it forces you, well, it doesn't force you, but it encourages you to do it. And then quite often, while you're actually into the meditation, you'll get into it and you're going to lose yourself in it. So I find that I'm probably meditating twice a day, whereas using other apps I would only be meditating once a day. And I like the fact that you can do one meditation and one kind of thought diary, so it's not too samey. The content, there could be more content on it. I think it would be fantastic if the what you call them, developers, maybe teamed up with someone like Sam Harris. That would be amazing if you had his content, but this kind of framework for delivering it, so that you've got a variety, but you've also got something that will encourage you to do it. I think that would be best of both worlds, but I don't know if that's that likely. Now, didn't write very much because I was speaking to you, but I'm going to, now that I've meditated, I'm not going to do that yet. Just now. Now that I've meditated, I'm going to go to what is called the Sandbox mode. It's kind of not quite Grand Theft Auto, but you have this fire, and every day you meditate, it gets bigger. So at the moment, you can press Q on your keyboard, and that will tell you about your fire. So this is the 8th day in a row that I've meditated. Actually, I had meditated for more than that, but it was being a bit iffy one day and I had to uninstall it and reinstall it. So I think it's actually 10 days. And you can choose between habit building mode, which means that if you miss a day, your fire goes out and you have to start again. You can do it in passive mode, which means your fire grows based on the number of days you've meditated. It won't ever go out, but it takes longer to grow and it won't get quite as fierce as if you use the habit building mode. So I'm using the habit building mode just to begin with, at least until I get a good streak going. So I'm hoping to get at least 30 days. You can unlock achievements for doing that as well. So the more days you do in a row, you get like a badge for 30 days, 60 days. And after you've meditated for a certain time, wait, I think there's a note that tells you this, so you gain progress. So I think it was 7 days in a row, you unlock level 1, and it just gives you wind on the island. Level 2, you get fireflies, which I might visit you during the night. You get meditation in the rain, birds come back to your island. You get, the fox will tell you stories, which aren't that great, to be honest. It's got one joke, but I think you could maybe do with a little bit more banter. Get an Aurora Borealis at level 6, which would be cool. Change the timing plane. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means that you can just choose whether it's night in the game or day, whatever you prefer. Flowers will appear back, you get butterflies, and level 10 means that they actually plant a tree for you when you reach level 10. It says they'll plant it in California, but I'm sure it says somewhere else that it's going to be in, like, Africa. So I don't know if they've changed that, if Californian trees were too expensive, or, well, I wish they could all be Californian trees, but, that's life. Now, the thing I like about doing the word diary is you can throw it in the fire, and the fire goes really big, which is kind of cool. So you see, I've just thrown it in the fire there, and the fire goes kind of crazy. So I kind of like that. That kind of encourages me. I know it's pretty childish, but that's what I like to do. And then you can go buzzing around your island and see. This is the stuff I planted earlier in the week. There's no sprint button that I can see, so you have. Oh, is that faster? Yeah, there is a sprint button. Just found that out. So you can jog. I kind of like to plant stuff like this, and it's kind of like a wee natural harbour. So, oh, here's a fox. Foxy. I'll show you his joke. Right, oh, he's not got a joke today. Sure. Let's go through this movie. What did we talk about when we first met? Time forgot. Oh, can't hear that story yet. Tease. Such a tease. Right. Tell me a story about it. Right, I've got chapter 2, I think. No, look at that. Fuck you first. Right. Let's try again. Surely we can get this. Are you ready? I stay ready, so I don't have to get ready. What would you like to know? I want to know more about you. I'm a fox, I'm a guide. What else would you like to know? How did you get here? My home used to be in this beautiful pine forest. I wasn't much for staying home, so I used to spend days, sometimes weeks, just exploring the wilderness. Then one day the wilderness became my home. How am I able to talk to a fox? Since I was the first to discover Playne, I became its guardian. As a guardian, I was given this ability to talk to anyone that wanders around, so that I could guide them. So here I am, guiding you and guarding from you. What are you guarding from? Mostly from fools. What do you do with fools? I gently and politely asked them to leave. Like the last one who could sleep without closing her eyes. That was difficult. Why was it difficult? I thought she was ignoring my request to leave. Then I realised she was just sleeping with her eyes open. What a strange woman she was. I think I've heard the story before, actually. Who taught you? The foolish fool, of course. He's a bit kind of lynchy with his banner. Does he have a name? Yes. His name is? Yes? The Foolish Fool. Tell me more about this foolish fool. You must meditate more to find out this out, my friend. So, I just want to get this really bad joke. Tell me, what do we destroy? Oh, just existence. I'm kind of stuck in a storyline. I don't think he's made that noise before. Okay, so that's Fox. Just see if he's got a joke. Okay, so I'm going to plan some more stuff over here. So you hold down the button of the thing you want to plant. I want to plant a tree. It's not letting me plant it there. It's just too close to shit. Come on. This can be a little bit finicky, which I don't know. It doesn't seem very zen, the fact that you're not allowed to plant stuff in certain places, like there's rules. You can't have a tree. See, this is too near this tree, but there's some sort of ordinance where you can't plant a tree too near another tree. But, you know, I'm trying not to get worked up about it. Right, here we go. Come on. Come on, you wee bastard. Yeah. First tree. Now, it doesn't seem to be the same kind of council restrictions for the shrubs, so I'm just going to plant the shrubs next to these shrubs, because, you know, they're fine. Right. Come on, clickety click click. Ah! I'm gonna rage quit. Oh, I pressing the wrong button. What a foolish fool. And that's basically it. And then you come back tomorrow, meditate again, and you get a bit more fire, and you plant your seeds. I don't know if you can roll your seeds over, so if you don't plant them for a couple of days, you get double the seeds the next day, you know, if you're in a hurry, but we'll find out. So that's basically Playne. Over and out.